pull out about 7 or 8 feet. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna make one more.
For those who are not familiar with the area, where you're located right now is in the eastern section of the state of Connecticut. We've got generally open kind of country to get through. All right. More specifically, today we're looking at, what is it, 310? 310. All right. That's going to take us down in a direction toward the Trumbull, Monroe area. We suggest that you terminate your flights when you see the Merritt Parkway. Beyond the Merritt, you're beginning to get into the runway situation of the Bridgeport Airport. That'll be the only problem we have. Danbury is not a factor for us today. Danbury's up in this direction. Specifically large maps. Let anyone who'd like to familiarize themselves with this map do so. I would like at this point to know which balloons are here, who's going up. I see Dave Goodenow. Okay, I know that's an orange and yellow
orange,
thing.
Yellow.
They are, Paul, you're taking in Terry. Red?
Are you going to fly this one?
No, this is just we're putting it up to take a look at it. We just finished the new bottom on it. And this is a prototype for a new balloon we're going to build. We only played it about 5 minutes the other day after we finished this, so now we got a good chance to take a look at it today.
Good. You brought your balloon, didn't you?
Yeah, we'll be flying right after this.
What is this thing here? Is that a UFO?
What's that?
The sport of hot air ballooning is relatively new. It started in the early 60s with the advent of lightweight nylon fabrics and portable propane burners capable of producing millions of BTUs of heat. There are currently 9 balloon manufacturers who supply balloonists with the over 2,000 balloons being flown in the United States today. Some industrious balloonists design and build their own balloons, a hard task considering there are no real plans and knowledge is gained primarily by word of mouth. There are about 150 home-built balloons in the United States, with the largest concentration in New England. Paul Stumpf has been flying balloons for 5 years. He built his first 2 balloons himself and is planning to build a third.
down low over here. He went over the ridge on the far side.
Oh.
This basket has kind of an interesting history because the time that I was putting it together, I really didn't know anything about balloon baskets except for the little bit that I learned from making the first one that I built, which was a one-man. I'd flown a one-man balloon for a long time, about a year at that point, and I decided the best thing to do, the thing I wanted to do most, was take somebody else flying with me. So a big balloon was definitely in the future. I guess for some reason balloon baskets are the most tangible part of the thing for me, because a basket has been the beginning of every balloon that I've built so far. As a matter of fact, this one was put together about 3 years before the actual balloon that it's going to go under. As a result, I got kind of went from a Volkswagen to a Cadillac a little bit too quick.
Because of Paul's inexperience, this basket was too heavy for the next balloon, which turned out to be a small two-man balloon. This was to be the first false start in an effort to make a balloon that would carry 3 to 4 people. In August 1979, after acquiring 1,200 yards of balloon fabric, it was finally possible to build a balloon to fit the 4-man basket. A lot of time was spent experimenting and building prototype balloons using geodesic triangular panels, the main reason being efficiency in construction and the fact that no one had ever built a geodesic balloon before. But because of technical design problems which risked wasting a lot of time and expensive fabric, the geodesics were shelved and a more conventional design was chosen. A pattern using 18 horizontal panels to make up each of 12 large vertical gores was obtained with the help of a computer. With 4 colors of fabric to work with, the next job was to apply these colors to the panels and come up with an original design.
Why does a balloon like Mike's come out to look faceted? You know, see how it's it's almost like a flat,
Right.
faceted type of cut, and yet the balloon with the same number of gores like Topper, it goes to this, you know, bulbous and very round looking shape. Between these two, why do you think that the patterns came out so different?
Well, there's a lot more work in this one than this one. When you take the initial gore, okay, the deck of your sailboat, there's the bow and there's the stern. Okay. What Mike Cohen did was he took this shape and he just started to divide it into however many cross pieces it took to get there.
Right.
However, rather than taking each piece, which has a slight curve to it, and following that very slight curve, okay, so he's got a straight bottom and top and a very slight curve on each side,
Yep.
he streamlined it. He just took a straight edge.
Uh-huh.
And he said, okay, I've got this point and this point. Straight, straight. This one, straight, 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 straight.
Some advice
straight,
was needed
straight.
on how certain
So
cutting methods
basically,
affect the
he built
shape
a
of a
curve
balloon.
out of
Paul's previous balloons had a very smooth overall shape, so on the new one he wanted to try a design which caused a scalloped effect. Brian Boland, Paul's friend and teacher, is considered to be one of the pioneers of home-built ballooning. Brian assured Paul that his calculations were basically correct. "900 yards ripstop nylon, 700 yards 3/4-inch tubular nylon webbing, 200 yards 3/4-inch nylon load tape, 6 miles nylon thread, 100 yards 1 1/2-inch nylon webbing, 400 feet parachute cord, 75 feet Velcro fastener, 120 feet steel aircraft cable, 20 square feet suede, 50 feet rawhide lace, 75 pounds wicker, 2 8 million BTU propane weed burners, 3 10-gallon aluminum fuel cylinders. Basket weight, 150 pounds. Envelope weight, 180 pounds. Fuel weight, 210 pounds. Maximum lift capacity, 1,400 pounds. Height of balloon, 72 feet. Width, 58 feet. Volume, 85,000 cubic feet. The number of hours spent sewing, 200. After the completion of the sewing, the weather allowed a maiden inflation to be attempted. Up to this point, the balloon had only been seen piled on the floor of Paul's apartment. Everyone was anxious to see if what had been designed and what had been built were the same.
Okay, let's spread the balloon out. You take that and spread them out. Weird shape. Give it 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then hold it nice and high. 8, 9, 10.
The bottom half of the balloon wouldn't fill out. Everything was checked. Calculations, sewing error, cable adjustments, nothing seemed obviously wrong. As it turned out, the problem was the parachute top, which controls the deflation of the balloon. It wasn't adjusted properly, allowing most of the hot air to escape around the edges.
The whole reason I do this is because I like to eat breakfast. Yeah, you know, I like to have my friends eat breakfast with me, so I call everybody up, tell them we're going ballooning, even though I know we're not. And then we all go eat breakfast together. This balloon, I think, is going to like the summertime, like me. No, it was a combination of problems. Today it was too cold, there wasn't enough fuel pressure, and it was too windy. And it wasn't safe to take this balloon on its first flight, not even knowing how it's going to fly, unless the conditions are just right. Sort of like to see how it looks, considering it's only been finished for 3 weeks now.
Going through wicked trees here. Smashing into that field.
That's where we crash.
All right, now land.
Okay, everybody down.
Okay, the basket works. Everything works.
Up, second bounce. Be prepared.
Make everything all together.
Oh, she's little strands out here.
Well, the only thing I use Velcro for on this is to tab this into place before I
So when you pull your landage on this, this goes inside, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Pulls down.
Yeah.
Right inside. Let me show you the kind of tangles, but I'll show you the to this point here.
Okay. And this is your
And this is the red line.
the red line. Yeah, okay. All right. So I want
All
to see-
balloons must be inspected and certified by the Federal Aviation Administration before being allowed to fly. After the final adjustments,
I'd like
false
to see
start
you have
was taken
the
for its inspection.
correct the data plate, the
Right.
information on the data plate,
Uh-huh.
and where'd you want to fly this now?
I do my flying down outside of Providence, Rehoboth, Mass. That'd be a good
Okay,
sense.
we'll have to
Pretty,
give you the limitations for that area.
that,
And you got
okay.
50 miles
50 miles.
flying
away.
for 5 hours.
Right.
Okay, let's go in and finish the paperwork.
Well, it's February 13th, about the 9th time we've been out with this balloon, and we're about ready to take off. Looks good this morning.
Paul and his crew have been very patient waiting for this day. It's been 7 months since conception. 3 of those months were spent in actual construction. Now that the weather is cooperating, Paul has forgotten about all the work. And now only the success of the first flight is important.
and we want to look in on traffic. Now up we go to Tony DiBiasio. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, Sir James, and good morning to all of you down there, and to the balloon. If you're traveling Veterans Parkway right now, or across 195 east or westbound, you look out just about over the water and you'll see a hot air balloon. Also have been looking at traffic on the ground as well as hot air balloons, and right now, from, say, down around the Quonset exits off of Route 4 all the way up and through East Greenwich and Warwick and Cranston and into downtown Providence.
Radar weather forecast, a sunny start this morning with the high temperature near 50. Cloudy snow flurries are possible for tonight. Overnight lows near 30. Variable cloudiness, windy tomorrow. High temperature near 40. Right now, lots of bright sunshine and 35 degrees. 5 minutes after 8 o'clock now, I'm Jim Martin, WJAR News. And once again, here is Charlie Jeffords. Hello, Charles.
Oh, what's his name? Well, we were just talking to a Cumberland listener, said there was a man in a hot air balloon flying over Cumberland at this hour. Have you heard anything about that?
No, I'm going to run out and look.
This is no joke now. You're straight on this thing.
I'm straight on this.
There is a guy in a hot air balloon. There's a basket suspended from same, flying over Cumberland at this hour.
Yes, there is.
Holy smoke.
It's a multicolored balloon.
And you can see a person in this thing?
Yes, sir.
Holy.
You got him right out the window. The balloon is green and red.
No
and yellow
kidding.
and black.
Well,
Approaching the Cumberland police station.
I see. I may be in for a big surprise when it approaches the Cumberland police station. Hey, listen, thanks for the information, Cumberland.
Okay.
We'll try and track that one down. Far out.
Have a good day.
Okay, hang on. We are going to hit pretty good today. Okay. Everything's shutting down and out and open. Hang on now.
Almost got my leg. Thanks, that's okay now.